And this isn't spicy.
Mm-mm.
This is not spicy. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Spice of Life. My name is Ali, and today we are here with Miss Kagan Parker. They're going to be taking over for Tom McDermott, who is going to be retiring soon. Probably as of this airing, he would have already retired, but as of right now, he is in the process of retiring.
Yes.
So you will be taking over as the spiritual director over at our 1111 service.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
Super excited.
I'm so excited for that. That's going to be so cool. That community is such a gem. I mean, it's so unique, and y'all are in the garden now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just such a cool environment for that.
It's perfect.
And it feels like, yeah, it fits so well with the way that your congregation sort of runs. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's the perfect vibe for them.
Yeah, thank you for
I'm
that.
jealous because we're stuck up here in the building on Sunday mornings just looking at some TVs, but
Right.
it's fine.
And we've got all the flowers and the
Yeah.
butterflies and the trees. It adds such a layer to what we do at 1111, just
Yeah.
with the creativity and rethinking and asking big questions.
Yeah.
I think it aligns really well with the environment there. But it's also just really cool to tell people, like, I work at the Botanic Garden. So it's really,
Well,
it's
that's awesome.
great.
All right, well, today we're going to be eating some of our favorite food,
Yeah.
which is Thai food.
Yeah.
We got it from a local restaurant called Zap Kitchen, and we're going to start off with the level 2 spice, and this is going to be the Tom Kha soup, which is my favorite Thai dish, which is why we're doing it first, so that way I won't hate it later. Thank you, Clint.
That's valid.
Yeah, I want to
That's
be able to
really
enjoy
valid.
it.
Thank
Also,
you so
it's
much.
full transparency, guys. It's 9:30 in the morning, and we have to go to work after this.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have breakfast and sort of ease into this versus hating everything.
It's going to be fascinating.
That'll come though.
Uh-huh.
We'll get there.
Uh-huh. Okay. I love these spoons.
Mhm.
Oh, these are perfect.
These are my spoons. Oh, this is amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah, this is
it's
great
fine.
actually. And this isn't spicy.
Mm-mm.
Well, this is not spicy.
This is amazing.
So this is a
I'm
great
so
breakfast.
Happy. yeah, it's a good breakfast. I'm one of those weirdos who does like soup for breakfast.
I think soup is in every meal occasion.
Mm-hmm.
It's all your favorite things in some miscellaneous liquid. It works.
Besides,
It works every time.
the youth department was doing like this tiny mic interview around the staff a while back, and one of the questions they asked was, "Is the ocean soup?" What are your opinions on that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's what I
absolutely.
said. And they asked to clarify, and I said, I will not expound on that.
No, but there's like already seasoning.
Oh my god.
Sometimes it gets a little warm. There's seafood in there. It's soup.
It's slowly getting warmer.
Yeah, there's veggies in
we're
there for
cooking it.
sure. Mhm.
Veggies, yeah, that's true.
100%.
Speaking of food though, what has been one of the weirdest food experiences that you've had? Preferably spicy, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Because you've traveled a lot, right?
Yeah,
You've been all over the world.
all over the
So
place.
what has been, not necessarily like, I don't want to use the word weird, because that's just what's normal over there, but from the American palate.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Let me think. That's a great question. I think my most interesting like dish that I've had so far, and I was thinking about it the other day because it was magical. I went to Portugal and I had this like fresh octopus soup actually, which was really wild.
Yeah.
Like I watched the dude like get the octopus out of the water and like march
Oh,
up
so,
to
like,
the restaurant and
fresh.
like threw it at us, and I was like,
Oh my
wow.
god.
Wait, what about you? What's the strangest, most interesting thing you've had?
I have not traveled nearly as much as you have. I've been to like a couple of like the touristy parts of Mexico, and then I've been to Britain, and so I was in Wales and I went to England. And, you know, over there, not the most adventurous types.
They
You know,
have
maybe if you go up to like Scotland and get like haggis or something, but I did not do. That is on my list though.
Haggis?
Cause I have this thing where I'm so curious about experiencing such unique things, and I just have to know. Even if I don't end up liking it, even if I don't think I'm gonna like it,
Right.
I just like I gotta know.
I gotta know.
You know?
Let me know what you think. I've had haggis. I have opinions.
Oh,
That's all we'll say about
okay.
that. I've been to like most of Eastern Europe, and a lot of their
Yeah.
food kind of tastes a little bit similar. But haggis stood out.
Really?
Yeah.
Stood out.
That one really stood out.
Yeah. All right, Glenn. I think we're ready for our next one, please.
Yeah.
Oh, bye soup. I'll
It was
eat you
so
later.
good. Yeah, I'm definitely revisiting that.
Yeah.
It was spectacular.
Okay, now this looks good.
Oh, the rice.
Fantastic.
Okay, so this is pineapple fried rice.
Pineapple
This is spice level 3. You see the theme, we're kind of going up. Yeah,
It
beautiful.
smells so
I'm so
good.
excited.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
This one I don't think we're gonna have leftovers of because it
Nah.
seems like everybody's gonna want some of this. Yeah.
Are you gonna survive? It might be a little spicy. Oh, that's hot. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
It is hot. It's fun. Just don't eat the pineapple because it's gonna explode. It'll just be hot juice. This is very good.
Yeah, this smacks.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, it's not bad. And then you like bite into some of the pepper and you're like, oh. Mm-hmm.
It's a little spicy. This is definitely a little bit more spicy than the last one, but
Mm-hmm. This is probably where I would want it if I'm gonna eat a
Yeah.
whole dish of it.
yeah.
Just having a couple bites, you're like, oh, it's not bad, but then, you know what I mean? Like over time, you're like, oh, ooh, but this
Mhm.
is good.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that we have in common is that we are both very passionate about music. And I used to be what I would consider a musician back in the day. I started playing piano when I was like 3 years old, played all the way up until like in my lower 20s before my rheumatoid arthritis kind of took that away from me. I started learning guitar right before that as well. And then I was in Mark Burroughs' youth choir.
That's so cool.
Yeah, from like 8th grade through graduation, whatever. Had like 2 months in choral union before I got swooped up to do AV. So yeah, that's been kind of my career, but also even now, I feel like I can't like exist without music playing in the background.
Yeah,
Are you similar in that regard?
I'm similar.
And I don't know if that's just because I just love music and it makes me feel such feels, or if it's just because of the ADHD and like the constant dopamine dump that it gives you,
Right.
and like the distraction from the world that somehow like helps me focus more.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's it's probably a mixture of both,
Yeah.
actually. I think at this point, I have to like be very purposeful about creating spaces in which there is no sound.
Yeah.
Because I'd prefer for there to be music, but like your body needs the rest sometimes, your ears need the rest. So like,
I don't like it.
I know.
Well, I have tinnitus though, so if there is no
Ooh,
silence
oh,
for
the
me. I literally
ringing.
cannot have silence. So
Oh,
instead, it's that like, it's like the lights
I would go crazy.
all the time.
I would go.
Yeah.
I would go nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's different.
Yeah.
That's
I feel
that's
validated.
very, very
Yeah.
specific and very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that any experience with music leads to a really passionate relationship, even outside of music.
Mhm.
Thankfully, I still have the opportunity to perform and stuff, but I started out like at 2.
Yeah, right?
Like just as little as you could
Yeah.
be, and kinder music, and then like as soon as they figured out I could sing at church, I was up on stage at
Throw
church.
you up there. Mm-hmm.
Choir, musical theater, and then I started a band. It was a neo soul band when I was in Washington D.C.
Let's
It was
go.
super cool. We were called Ocean Child.
Oh my God.
Super cool. And that was a fabulous adventure to be on the
Mhm.
radio, to tour, to
Yeah.
have that experience to perform live like multiple
That's
times in a
crazy.
year. It was
Yeah,
really,
that's really cool.
really, really cool. But now I've shifted and my performing has it's turned into something else, but I still very much so am attached to
Yeah,
music. There's
yeah.
nothing I can do to get away from it.
Yeah, it's weird because like I also would perform often. Like we had yearly recitals for piano, and obviously for the youth choir we go on tours and stuff.
Mhm.
But that was always my least favorite part of music because I have really bad anxiety when it comes to that sort of stuff. And so, especially for doing piano, because I was by myself. I think the choir sort of helped me because, you know, surrounded by other people who were singing. But yeah, piano was so difficult for me because I loved it and I got really good at it. But
Yeah.
just performing in front of everybody was so stressful.
Very nerve
So it's interesting to hear from somebody who is like the complete opposite. Like, and you're like, oh my God, it gives me life. This gives me energy. And,
I mean, the
you know?
performing part did not.
oh, okay.
Absolutely did not.
Yeah.
I actually had like crippling social anxiety.
Mhm.
So performing was my way of of training
Kind of
myself out of
fighting that?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was debilitating. Like
Yeah,
I didn't feel
same.
comfortable with people watching me, with eyes on me. And so I took something that brought a lot of comfort to me and was like, okay, I feel like I can face this fear in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
aspect. It was really interesting because I didn't even start getting anxious until high school. And then
Interesting.
once high school started, it was just this
Yeah.
downward hill, and
Yeah.
I had to conquer it because I love people and I love seeing them smile. I love providing an opportunity for people to have a moment of enjoyment. So it was
Right.
like, let me get through this.
Yeah, kind
I'm
of push
gonna
through
fight
for that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was the total opposite. Like, baby Allie, nervous wreck all the time. Hate, is so scared of everybody. Like, social anxiety out the wazoo. And then like slowly going through, because we were homeschooled, and so you didn't really get a lot of social interaction. And if you did, it was with other homeschoolers,
Right.
which if you know, you know. So yeah, that was not great for developing social skills as a kid. But like getting into high school, I was in the youth group here again, and that's sort of just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like that helps so much to
Yeah.
have this sort of community here, and to be like forced to go on these trips because my mom made me do it. But it ended up being really good for me. Thanks,
Right.
Mom.
We thank her for her.
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. I am going to go ahead and my mic's on that side. I'm hot.
Mm-hmm. These things don't play.
No, they don't. These
They don't
these
play at
are
all.
hot. I thought people were lying until I had to get in front of them, and I was like, oh yeah, it's bad. Turns out it's actually bad.
It's actually bad.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, these are my forks.
Wow.
Can we talk about
They're so cute.
how tiny they are? I'm one of those people. I like tiny things, particularly
I
spoons and
also
forks.
really love tiny things.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that I didn't have to ask for a tiny
It
fork.
makes me so happy. Well, because like, so the set that we got like off of Amazon obviously comes with like normal size forks, and these are like the dessert forks. I'm
Yeah.
like, so these are yours, Keith, and then these are mine, and if you use mine, I'm gonna
Yes.
be upset.
I literally gave all my big utensils to my brother,
Yeah.
so I could take his tiny ones. Like we did like a trade.
Oh my god.
I
That's so
can't.
smart.
I like the tiny ones way
So
more.
this is Pad CU. This is your favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. This is spice level 4. So we're getting there.
Phenomenal.
I'm gonna eat more of this one. Oh my god.
so good.
It's very good. It's no.
kind of spicy.
It's kind of spicy. Like immediately.
I
The other
mean,
one
it
I was
was
like, oh,
spicy.
give it a couple bites. We'll get there. This one's like, oh no.
This is warm on entry.
What?
Wow, that was really kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good though.
It's so good. I love the way that they do the egg on this sort of thing.
It's the egg. It's the big flat noodle.
Mhm.
This one has carrots in it, which I don't typically see.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a wonderful addition. Who doesn't like baby carrots? Are you okay?
I'm so happy. I'm the kind of person where I really like spicy food, and the pain, it's like, it doesn't really bother me, but you still get the visceral reaction of like what it does to you, and you can't really help it.
Like this is mildly unpleasant,
Mm-hmm.
but delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's confusing.
Okay.
This is by far something I could eat every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. Yep.
It's really good.
So, oh,
Yeah, this is getting a little warm.
yeah, I'm glad I took my sweater off. So one of the things that you and I have in common again is that we are roughly the same age.
Yeah.
And we work at the church together now,
Yeah.
and that's like relatively new. You kind of just came on to like be in this building over here with us, and that's so exciting for me to have somebody over in my realm.
Right.
You know, because the youth group has some younger ladies as well, but we just don't really interact very much, so I don't really work with them on a regular basis. Whereas you, I can just walk over to your office and we can
Just
just
pop up,
chat. You
yeah.
know, and then getting more involved with like all the tech needs and stuff over at 1111. I'm just really excited about. But I wanted to ask what your experience has been being who you are at a church, working here with staff who's
Yeah.
not like us,
Yeah.
you know? And so like being a younger millennial woman who's in the queer community and you also being a person of color, that's like very different from what else we have here, you know? like one of the things that started this show with me being on it was Lance was like, I want to do the spicy show, but you're gonna host it because I'm sick of only having older white dudes do it. And I was like, okay, thanks for making me the token chick. That's fine. So that's been my experience. No, it's been fine. I love it. But yeah, what's been sort of your experience with that? Especially since you're now up in front of people preaching.
Yeah.
I get to hide behind the scenes most of the time.
Being up in front is very different. Very, very different. I think I'm born and raised in Colleyville, like the Keller, North Ocean Hills, Colleyville area. That's like where I grew up. So that's already kind of predominantly a white area.
Yeah.
So like I'm very used to being in these types of communities. So I feel very at home, but also there is something very specific about this congregation that embraces diversity in a way that I have not experienced yet. Like while it may not be something that they're familiar with or that we have a ton of here, there's just open arms for it.
Yeah.
And that has been super incredible, because in comparison to some of my other experiences, which have been unfortunate, it's just part of life.
Yeah.
This has been a very different experience, and even when I do come up against instances where the difference is very obvious, there's still this baseline of like, I love you, and I want to get to know you.
That's so great to hear.
It's
that's
really lovely.
That's a very similar experience as to what I've had.
Yeah.
You know, like I started working here full time when I was like 25, and you know, there was a lot of doubts around you know, my age and my gender when it came to my capabilities in this world, because the tech world is very male dominated, as is yours. And so I didn't, you know, I was it's not that I didn't expect it, it was just like, oh man, again, you know, because my previous job was at a martial arts studio.
Yeah.
And so you very much have to prove yourself in that regard. Yeah. But in that job, I got to prove myself by hurting people. And you can't do that here.
That sounds lovely.
You know, there's been volunteers who have been working in the media crew like decades longer than I've been alive. Yeah. You know?
And they're looking at you like,
who are you, child?
Chicken.
Yeah. Why is there a baby in here? Why is she telling me what to do? And so sort of transitioning with that was a lot more of a challenge for me, but God, I just love them so much. Yeah. It's just such an amazing little community we have up here, because you know, a lot of them don't really go to like a Sunday school class. Like this is their Sunday school class, and they're here so consistently. And now we're getting some of these younger folks coming in who are more my age, and they just blend so seamlessly, and it's so cool.
It's very cool. I've also noticed the intergenerational activity now that I have very little experience with. I think that's been challenging and surprising and inviting in a way that I really wasn't expecting it to be, but it's also, there's a bit of that like, you're new and you're young and we're not sure what you're capable of, and we're not sure if you've got all the tools and the skills, and I'm very open and honest about it. Like, yeah, I am fresh, I am new, I'm younger.
I'm still learning.
Still learning, but I think that makes me perfect for what it is that we're doing. Right. Because like if I'm stuck and I'm not learning, then like what are we up to? And I don't have any ego about it. If there's something I don't know that you know, please come tell me. Right. And that's kind of been how I've been able to build a more trusting relationship in our community, of just kind of being very open about where I'm at, what I do have, what I don't have, and then being willing to take criticism and to be honest and open about stuff. That's been good. But also, there's so much wisdom and life experience in our older generation that I think it's just not tapped into enough. And so that's been a huge blessing, like very unexpected blessing, to have these tiny gems of like truth dropped on me just casually. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, my gosh.
Yeah, and then to return the favor, to pour back into them and to remind them of things that they may have forgotten. Or to offer a fresh perspective.
Yes, that's the thing, right? Is like, we've just experienced a completely different world than they have. Yeah. And when people are open to hearing somebody else's experience and not, you know, making like snap judgments about it and trying to understand it, it's so cool. And I feel like this church does that really well.
They do a wonderful job here. Yeah. And I'm not sure what it is about this church in specific, but it rings something true to me, and I love it so much.
I think it helps that it's a downtown church, so people come from everywhere, you know.
All walks
people
of
would
life.
drive for like an hour every Sunday morning for the youth group because it was that good, you know. Like that's nuts. So All right.
I love that.
Are we ready for our last one?
Yes, let's do it. My nose is still running a little. Oh my gosh. But it's so good.
I know.
This one stings the nostrils.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's kind of frightening.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna keep this one. This one stays.
Yeah, this one I think
Yeah.
so. So
That
this
one
is
smacks.
tom yum soup,
Okay.
which is it's already called sour and spicy soup.
So then we put it at a level 5.
Yeah.
And that last bite got me.
I don't know.
I was being cocky.
I will, some forewarning on this one. I got this soup from this restaurant before and I got it level 2 and I thought it was hot then. So, Clint's over there like, ah.
You guys have to roll me out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you made it any hotter, it would be inedible.
Okay. All right.
You have to finish the whole thing.
No!
That was shocking.
You can't leave until, lock the doors.
That was shocking. Okay, but the flavor is so good. But like, wow.
A big bite of water.
You know that's where the spice is at.
Yeah.
In the vegetables, I'm kind of, but I'm gonna do it simply because
Producer said we have to.
Mama raised me right. We don't back down.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
I see you came prepared though.
Oh yeah.
You brought a towel.
Mm-hmm.
You brought a fan. Oh my god.
Thai spicy is a different kind of spice. It's so great. But holy crap. Wow. It's wonderful. Thai food, I actually grew up next to a Vietnamese family. And so I grew up like just wandering over to their house and they'd feed us whatever they were feeding their kids, which usually had a heavy amount of
Those
spice
kids
in
must
it.
have been absolutely bulletproof.
Bulletproof. Literally invincible. So I've always enjoyed spice. It's a big part of my life, especially from my culture and the cuisine that we eat. It's like spice, like you throw a little bit of hot sauce on everything.
Yeah.
Cayenne pepper, we are friends. But some Thai spices, it like sits and it gets hotter
Yeah.
and hotter.
It just builds so quickly.
It's shocking.
and
I'm
it
like,
just
whoa.
keeps building.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
But it's so good. I love that it doesn't. The spice doesn't overpower the flavor. I've had some hot sauces where
It's
the
just
hot,
spicy.
it's just hot,
just
and I'm not enjoying it. I want.
If it's
I want
spicy, I want to
flavor.
be able to. I want it to be because it tastes like pepper. I like the taste of pepper.
This is surprisingly good.
It is.
This is a ton of fun. I'm living my best life.
I can't believe you asked to be on the show.
Yes, I love it here. I love it. This is so much fun.
You were like, I want to be on that spicy show. I was like, okay. Oh my god. No, I did not. I didn't, Clint. Lance did this to me. This is his fault.
That's
And
hilarious.
then you were like, let's keep doing it. And I was like, yeah.
Let's keep doing it.
And I was like, yeah, sure, wink, wink. And then I just didn't really like talk to anybody about it. And then like so quickly, Thomas was like, I want to be on the show. And I was like, oh, good. We'll get him on eventually. It's fine.
Oh gosh, that'll be so fun. That'll
I
be so
wanted to
fun.
get you on first, though.
It actually isn't. It's the oil on the
Yeah.
top.
So it's not the
The
No,
veggies
I think
are
the
okay.
veggies are kind of helping,
It's
actually.
the chili oil in it.
Yeah,
and like
the,
it's sitting
the
around the
chunks
edge.
of pepper.
And
Yeah.
I can always see the chili flake coming, and
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's so good. And honestly, I think I have a small obsession with baby carrots.
Really?
I think they're just adorable.
The baby carrots or the baby corn?
The baby corn.
Baby corn, yeah. Because I was
Thank
like,
you.
these are enormous carrots. What are you talking about?
The baby carrots. The baby
Yeah.
carrots. They're actually one of my favorite things in the world, and I'm shocked that they're in here. But
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
that's solid.
So what is something that? Oh my
Are you alright?
god. Yeah. This is not a good idea for breakfast. We've got to start shooting these later in the day.
I'm living right now. The rest of my day, I'm just gonna be warm and fuzzy.
So what's something that you are really looking forward to now? Because you're relatively new to being full time on staff.
Yeah.
What's like one of the things that you were like, this is where I want to be. This is what I'm looking forward to working
that's
here.
a good question. I'm really just looking forward to getting to know everybody. I feel like there's just the quality of people we have here and their ability to communicate and to be in community and to share their lives with you is just expansive. And it's been really life-changing. I love people. Even though I'm an introvert, I love people. My battery just goes dull after a while.
Yeah, I have a similar experience where like, oh, if I don't have my people, I get depressed.
I get
but then also
sad.
if I have too much of my people, I'm like, I'm sad.
Yeah, I can't do too much people, but it's been phenomenal to invest and to be invested in. For people to take an interest in my life and for me to be able to, like, somebody asked me to officiate their wedding. So
What?
I'm officiating their
That's
wedding.
crazy.
It's so cool. There's so many opportunities for me to stand and hold space, to love, to be in community with people, and that's all that I've ever wanted. And it's been very difficult to do in corporate spaces. It's been very difficult to do.
It's a little more sterile in that sort of environment.
You can't do it there as much, and it's honestly kind of dangerous to get too invested in your coworkers'
true,
lives in some work
yeah.
settings. But
I guess
here,
so.
it's not only do I have boundaries, the boundaries that the church provides, but it's also just my job to love.
Right.
It's my job to show up for people. It's my job to encourage them and to stand with them in everything that they're going through, and that has been so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. I'm also stoked about getting my degree. Like, that's really, really cool.
Right.
My master's in divinity is going really, really well. I'm at Perkins at SMU. I'm having the time of my life. It's been challenging and also really life-giving to reevaluate my theology in a way that is just really different, really creative, to get information I didn't never had before, and to have the opportunity to ask big questions and be met with even bigger questions.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. I'm not really looking for answers as much as I am looking for.
Well, it's like we just recently filmed with you and Tom and Brad for a couple of videos, and one of the things that Brad said in reference to the sort of the culture of 11:11 is question your answers.
Yep. Ask all the questions.
Yeah, we don't answer questions here. We question your answers.
We question your answers. We want to look. Yeah. So it's like taking what I learned at 11:11 and like deepening it even more of just like being okay with the mystery and being okay with big questions and also being okay with doubt, maybe a little bit of suspicion, like just being okay with it and letting myself be as human as possible while still learning and growing. It's been cool.
Well, cool, man. Well, we love having you here. I'm so excited.
Thanks.
Yeah. If there's anything else you wanna talk about, we can talk about. If you wanna shout anything out, if you wanna promote anything, we can do that too. Otherwise, I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom.
That's
for a while.
valid. That's valid. I'm trying to think. The only thing to promote is Easter is Tom's last live service, and we're so excited that it'll be on Easter. But
what a celebration that's gonna be.
A huge celebration. And then that next weekend, we've got a reception here in the big church for him, for anybody who's ever known him to come say hey and thank him for his time here. And then that next weekend on May the 4th, so Star Wars Day, we've got his actual party at Winehouse, and that'll be spectacular. So we're looking forward to all of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Kagan, for coming
Thanks
on.
for
I really
having me.
appreciate you. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go make. Here, come here, Clint. You come try this.
Yeah, dude, this is actually.
Which one do you want? Which one do you want to try?
The soup was spicy to the smell.
Yeah.
So warming it up, it hits the nose. I was like, whoa. You really took it up to the level 5 for sure.
Yeah.
I could do another level.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not crying yet.
Oh,
Try something. Go get something. Come
Go.
try it. Try it. Try it.
Actually, I would eat all of this.
You can do the easy one.
I could do this.
I'm not good at this.
Oh, one day I'll have Clint on the show.
Oh gosh.
Build up your tolerance. But
You do.
See, that's good.
yeah, that one's good. That one's like a reasonable.
Yeah, that feels like something you would like get normally.
Oh god, I've got like the burps now.
Maybe chocolate milk
burps
wasn't the
hurt.
move.
I mean, it helps with the burn, but then you just sort of.
Y'all gross.
It's disgusting.
Thanks.
all this
And-
spicy food and
I made it's a rose milk tea, which is like really good for digestion. It's
Ooh.
super yummy.
You're way healthier than I am.
I'd be
I
trying.
just look healthy because I've got muscles and that's it. It's all fake.
I'll try this.
You should. Here, let me move my little fork out your way. That one's really, really good. I was very surprised at how
These are
good that was.
noodles?
So they're flat rice noodles, and they come in these big strips, and they just like slice them down. They're really cool. Just slice them down. The flavor is, I like the texture and the flavor of the noodle the most. That's what I go for.
Thoughts, concerns?
There it is.
Yeah.
He said,
Okay.
Oh.
"Yay!
Good job,
Thanks.
y'all.
This
Made
was
it
so
through.
fun.
Yeah, we did it.
This was not
Somehow.
that bad.
I'm
I
still
didn't need
really
the fan.
warm. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, the flat noodles. That does.
It hits
It hits
and it
ya.
sits in the throat, and I'm like,
Yep.
but that wasn't bad at all. I thought that was going to be significantly worse.
I was worried
actually.
about the soup. At least I didn't like. I mean, it was hot.
Break my glasses?
Oh.
Probably. Yeah, that's a solid yeah.
Ooh, yeah, it's sticking around.